Hello friends, and welcome back to My Hobby Home. My name is Kathy and we are doing our Saturday sew along. This is our October Saturday sew along. What we are doing is the Carol Thielen's Trip Around the Block pattern that was in our August 2025 Creative Notions subscription box. There is a link down in the description for this actual pattern that you can print down. It is a free pattern. I am working with the fabrics that came in our subscription box. It is Poppy Cotton Fabrics. We are currently on row 5. I have 4 rows. It's hanging up here, but you can't see it because it don't hang down far enough. I have y'all at an angle. I just realized I had just about myself cut off by the machine. I'm going to go in and start grabbing my fabrics. I have my pattern here below me or below the machine that tells me what fabrics I need to use, and I'm going to be trying something a little different today. We are just going to see how many rows we can get done today, and we can press them later. We're not worried about pressing or any of that. But my goal today is just to see how many of the rows I can get done. We have a total of 17 rows to do. We've got 4 done. We're trying to get this done in October. So that means we will have one Saturday that we need to do 5 rows. I have fabrics are all numbered. Like this is our background that you cannot see here. This is my number 1, my number 2. Then I have 3, 4, and 5. So we started off with the 1, and our next one is a 5, and then a background. I want to see if I can maybe get 5 rows done. And I don't know if I'll be able to, but we're going to try. We are going to see what we can get done today. I may try one way. I may try several different ways. I know I am doing the chain stitching here for this is row number 5. I may just try to go on and chain stitch all the rows. And then come back and assemble each row individually. So now we have row 3. I mean, not row 3. We have our third color number 3. We are stitching everything at that 1/4 inch. So guys, this is a wonderful weekend, trying to make it as good as possible. That was a 3 and a white, and now we need another 4 and a white or a background. You can use this pattern to smash your stash. I already have some fabrics. If you saw the video Friday, you will know that I am trimming up. So we just did our 4-piece, and now we're doing our 5. But we will figure it out. I'm just going to try to wing what I can and see how long it takes to do this. I'm going to try to do the 5 rows. And then once I get the 5 rows done, I will try to assemble the 5 rows. We'll see how far we get. So that is the 5 and the background. So now I need to go the background and the 5th one. Now we're going to make sure if we got those little birds on there, they're going straight up and down. So now we're working on our 6th row, and we're just grabbing the fabrics, guys. I'm so happy to be back in the sewing room. I had pre-recorded a lot of my videos last weekend for this past week. And I got all the way through Wednesday or Thursday. I can't remember which day. It had to have been Thursday. Maybe. Because we ended up with my dad in the emergency room. He got that stomach bug and just could not shake it. And he ended up very dehydrated. So we ended up in the ER, but he is doing well now. It is Friday, and I talked to him earlier, and he said he was doing okay, that they had postponed his surgery again because he just doesn't have the energy. So now, you know, it's just a waiting game for him to find out when we can do that now. And he's wiped out. This has been over a week now. And his college roommate was in, and his college roommate got ill as well. But he got better within less than 24 hours. He was fine, you know, so. And then I've had a touch of it, and we're all just trying to get well right now. I didn't really get as bad as they did, but you know, I'm okay. It does drain your energy, but I have continued to drink grape juice because I always heard that if you would drink like whole grape juice, that it would keep you from catching it. And for the most part, it hasn't kept me from getting it, but it's made it where I'm not as ill. But I'm really happy to be in my sewing room, able to sew here, because it's been since Sunday, I believe. I went back to work on Wednesday, and it just takes everything you got to go back. So now we've got a 5 and a background. I think this is row 7 that I'm starting on right now. I just love these fabrics, guys. They are poppy cotton fabrics, and they're just so pretty and soft. My goodness, these are some soft fabrics. And I've been thinking about all the beautiful, you know, quilts I could make. You know, what lines I could use for this pattern. I could see Merry Little Christmas. I can see so many different patterns. I mean, different lines used on this. I have some scrap fabric that I can use on it. Of course, they're all Christmas that I'm thinking about, though. Oh, that was my 2. That was not my 3. Well, let me go on and use my 3. I'll just change those out, and I'll have to remember that. And then I have another 3. When I see these 2 3s side by side, I will realize something not right there. So it was supposed to be a 3 in the background, a 2 in the background, and then another 3 in the background. I grabbed the wrong one. We're 4 in a background now. So this is row 7 that I am, without putting on that very last square, I'm on the very last set of 2s. You know, a 2-patch. I got a 2-patch going on here. This is the last 2-patch that I'll do on this row. I assemble them 2 at a time, of course, because that's all you can sew at one time. And then I put the 2 patches together, and then I add the next and then the next. So now we are on row 8. That is a background and a number 4. I think I may have just had somebody come in my back door. It would be my daughter if it is. Or it could be my cat on my back porch won't let me know he wants in. She was going to come by and get an outfit for my grandson that I had gotten, that little Nike outfit. She was going to come and pick that up. Saw that little sugar bear last night. I'm supposed to have my granddaughter the first weekend of November. And that will be wonderful. I'm so excited to see her. So now we have a background and a 2. So our fabric number 2 is these beautiful yellow butterflies. So then we have another background and 2. This is where our diamond, our middle diamond starts coming down. And what I'm doing is I'm just continuing to pull. I try to get these going upright, but I'm continuing to pull like a background and then a print, or a print and then a background. It's according to what row I'm on as to if it's a background and a print or a print and a background. These are prints and backgrounds, and that's 3. So now we go a background, and a 4, which is our blue butterflies. So this is row 8 that I'm working on. And so it appears our even rows have the background piece first, and our odd rows have the print first. So that was a background and a 4. So now we go, row 9 is a 4 and a background. I think we're going to have plenty of time to do more than the rows that we need to do. I'm figuring I can get through row 9. And that'll be our 5 rows. That'll get us to where we can do 4 rows each sitting, or each time we come together. And now we have had some lovely weather here. I am breaking out that my Instant Pot. I have got a recipe that I want to try out, and I know I've said that before, but this one, it is happening. I've got my Walmart delivery order in. It should be in later today. So once that comes in, I will be breaking out that Instant Pot, and we will be cooking. Because what I'm going to be cooking is, I'm going to use it like 2 or 3 different ways. I can tell you what I'm going to be cooking. I'm going to be cooking meatballs. And they're going to be homemade meatballs in the Instant Pot. I will be able to use them like on mashed potatoes, on spaghetti, in subs. So I've got the stuff to do all of that. So I'll be having that probably all week. Because my husband right now is on a shutdown at work. So it's just me here. And I've got some, I did a cheater thing. I've got some, well, I didn't just get them. My husband bought them while I couldn't get around and do a lot, he bought me some of those little microwavable Idahoan potato things. I don't remember what they are, Orida or something. I don't remember what it is, but he got me some of those, and I haven't used them all yet, so I haven't actually used any of them, but I will if I make these meatballs. I can heat one of those up and put meatballs on top of it. I have some sub buns coming in and with my order, and that'll be something I can take to work. You know, one of those I can take to work. The subs I probably won't. I'll probably take the mashed potatoes and the meatballs to work, but then I can do subs, mashed potatoes, and spaghetti. So that is the 2. So now I'm on the 3 and the blank. I have to talk to myself here to make sure I keep it in order, because if I don't, it will be a big old mess. But the day you're seeing this, not the day I'm recording Friday evening before our live. I hope y'all came to see the live. If you did not see the live on Friday night, I will have the replay on my channel Sunday afternoon at 5. So that was my 3. So, okay. Well, I don't want to go to row 10 yet. So what I'm going to do is take these off of my machine. I'm going to trim them apart, and then I will start, I'll break them down into each row before I start sewing them together. So I'll have separate stacks for each row, and I'll have them in the order they should be. Since I had that little mess up on, I think, row 7, or whichever row it was, I will go ahead and get that laid out properly. And I think this may be where I can put that end piece on of each row. So guys, I will be back in just a moment after I lay out all my pieces and get them ready to sew together. Okay, friends, I have my 5 rows laid out here, ready to sew together. Our very first one is going to start off with a print and a white. And I know I should press these. I should go ahead and press these beforehand, but I'm not going to. So I will press them after I get all the rows sewn, but I will do that after the fact, because I am going to press them to the print blocks. And that may be a little different, because if I print everything to the print blocks, since the rows are alternating, it should work out perfectly fine if I press everything to the print. So now I'm just doing the 2 pieces at a time. So we'll know we'll have a print and then a background. And then we grab our next piece, and we know it's going to be a print and then a background here as well. So here we will have our row 1 done. We're not able to add that extra piece to the end yet, because these are all even. So we have, I'm going to say like an even number of the 2 patches. So we can't add that last piece yet. But once we get all of these done, I know I will have 3 sets of 4. I will have 3 sets of 4 for each row, and then I'm grabbing my row number 6. And it starts with a patch and a solid. I mean, a background and a solid. My goodness. A white ground and a solid. Y'all, today has not been a sewing day for me. I have just been making all kinds of errors today. I was cutting the fabric for the sew along tonight, and I cut the wrong colored background. I am so used to using that white as the background that I cut all of my cuts for my background wrong. Out of the, wait, do these go together? That's 3 and 3. It should be. This is 5, 6. Yeah. So that's right. But I had cut every single one out of the white background, which I know why I did not use the white background, because I did not have enough on that bolt to do the whole quilt. So I was doing the quilt background in that gray color, which is beautiful, by the way. And then I figured that out. And then I stopped doing that. I had like one strip left to cut templates out of. And so I cut what I needed to out of the gray bolt. And I started cutting the fabric. And then I was like, why is this not doing right? Well, realized that I wasn't cutting the background cuttings. I was cutting the tree cuttings. I'm telling y'all, today I should have stayed out of the sewing room, but I figured this is an easy peasy one. Let's hope. I don't want to be speaking too soon, but it was just a mess. But I'll tell y'all, I had just woke up from a nap when I come in here and started cutting, because I'm still wiped out. I'm still really tired right now. So I took me a nap in the middle of the day. It's Friday afternoon, probably about 4. Oh, it's almost 5. I didn't realize how late it was getting. I got a sew along to do tonight. Got a live to do with Tammy and Alicia, so I can't be doing this very long. But I'm trying to hit my sew-alongs, because I didn't want to do this after the live, because sometimes we get off that live pretty late. And I just can't do recordings that late, because, well, I can sometimes, but here right now I can't. I'm really tired. I was able to hit a live last night. Guys, I feel like I've been missing forever, because I know I haven't been able to get on William and Jess's lives. I jumped in just a little bit the other night to say hello to everybody. And then last night I caught Tammy's pop-up, because yeah, it's been hard. This has been a rough week. But you know, I've not give up. I keep pushing and persevering, and I'm going to get through it. But I'm hoping to be finishing up some items before, well, Tammy's sew-along, her mystery quilt sew-along begins the 15th. She has her sew and tell on the 14th, which she is giving a quilt away. If you have done super chats, she has a super chat giveaway. People that does a super chat, she puts them in a drawing to receive something. I may need to start doing that. because I have some people that are so generous and you know, put super chats in there, and I'm like, you know, it's not necessary. I truly appreciate it, though, to everyone that does do a super chat. It helps my channel out, especially, you know, when we had the ad issues, which I did find out. I figured that all out, but it hasn't helped my videos that are out there that didn't have ads in them during that. It was over 2 weeks, almost 3-week time frame that none of my videos had ads in it. They still don't have ads in them. Okay, and these start with our print block. But anyway, I like doing things for my subscribers and viewers, and I haven't done anything. I don't think I've done anything this year at all, and that's sad. I should be doing giveaways, because I have a lot of stuff that I can be giving away that comes in subscription boxes and donations and things like that. I could be putting those in giveaways. So yeah, if y'all ever notice that I receive items from subscribers, not necessarily all items, but now if it's a gift to me, I won't put it in a giveaway, but you know, if I've had several that have donated things to me to put in giveaways or for my use. Because, you know, sometimes you get subscription boxes and you have multiples of the same thing and you just don't know what to do with it. Well, hey, if you have that happen, my address is down in the description. I will gladly take donations to put into giveaways, new or used, and I let everybody know. Sometimes giveaways are not brand new items. Sometimes they may be lightly used. Now, I don't like to put things into giveaways that have been used. But if I can tell, like maybe things came out of the box, or you thought you was going to use it, because I've had that happen a lot. I've thought, oh, I'm going to use this, and then I never do. But I've already thrown the box away, or I've already taken it off of the card or something like that. You just don't like doing that. But I will put those in giveaways. And I am also working on a de-stash. I know I keep telling y'all that, but it's coming. And y'all saw me cutting fabrics. I may cut some of my scraps down into like certain sizes and de-stash that, because it may be fabrics that somebody else would like to use. And if it is, I want them to be able to use them. You know, because I have so much, y'all, that I don't need all of this stuff, because I keep adding to my stash. And I've been smashing my stash. Funny how neither one of my sew-alongs this month is a smashing the stash, because that's normally what I do, is I smash my stash with my sew-alongs. But this month, I'm not. Both of my sew-alongs in October are subscription boxes. So let's see, we're starting with the one. I'm making sure that, now this step here is where we can add our next piece on, our last piece on our row, because we have 3 of these 4-row pieces, or a 4-piece row, or whatever, a 4-patch. It's not a 4-patch. Well, it's a row with 4 pieces on it. Where we're assembling those. We only have 3 sets of those. So what I'm going to do is take that last, like this last row of 4 right here, I'm going to open it up. And that last row of 4 on this row is a 4 blank, a 5 blank, and a 1. So I will take the 1 and add to this one. So this is the step where we get to add that last piece to make that row. So we'll be assembling two of these pieces here to make that full row. So we're almost to assembling the full row. So that's row 1 there, or row 5. This is row 6. And row 6 starts out with a blank, a background, a 5, a background, a 4, and then a background 3, and a background 3. And I did get that row 7 straightened out. I got those in order. We're just lining everything up here. But I figure what better time to do a de-stash than now, right before the holidays. You know, I'm having to see what my next piece is going to be. It should be a background. Every other one should be a background for that final piece. Okay, so that is row 6. Row 7 starts with a 5 background, 4 background, and then we have a 3 background. So this is our 3. But I figure why not? I am de-stashing my house. So why not my sewing ring? Although I've got a lot of sewing I'm having to do right now. And if I do a de-stash, it will most likely be a Saturday evening, maybe a Sunday evening. I don't know. Y'all let me know. What would you prefer to see a de-stash on? A Saturday evening or a Sunday evening? And when I say evening, around 3 or 4 p.m. Central Time. So let's see. What did I just start off with? I started off with a 5. So this is row 7. And I am at a 5. So this is a 3 background, 4 background, 5. So if I can think about it, I will put that out there as a poll. Like I said, if I think about it, if I can remember it, I may go on and do it on my Facebook group also. If you're not a member of the Facebook group, you can request to be added. It is a private group because I try to keep all of the scammers, spammers, and all that out. I hope nobody gets those. I will never, ever, ever, ever go in the description of a video and tell you you've won something. Never, ever. I will never email you. I will, however, make a video and tell who a winner is in something. And you will then have to contact me. But I think that is so fishy. And if it doesn't come out of my mouth, it's not from me. So we got a blank 4, a blank 3, or a background 3. Then we got a background 2, background 2. So this is row 8 here. So this is our 4th row for the day. I was going to do a giveaway around the 4th of July, but we had a lot of things happen around that time. And I never was able to get around to it. And I apologize. Because I know I had said I was going to do a giveaway. And I never got around to it. And, I mean, it's what we had personal things happen in the family. And that I'm not going to put out there because I respect the privacy of my family members, and this isn't something that you just put out there. But just know everything is okay now. I mean, everything came out perfectly fine. Good outcomes. So now we are on row 9. And this one starts with a 4. That's not a 4. Wait. That's my 4. Huh? Okay, guys. I got something mixed up. Did I not turn them? That's not my 4. This is my 3 and my 2. What is this one? So we have a 3 background, 2 background, 1 background, 2 background. It looks like I missed something here because that's my 3, 2 background, 3 background, 4 background. Okay, something happened here. I don't know how I got this backwards, but I got my background on my 4th piece because it should have been 4 background, 3 background, 2 background, 1 background, 2 background, 3 background, and 4. Wait, this is almost like I did 8 again. I'm going to go in and sew this one together because this one is close enough. I will have to add the 4 background. Let me just go on and get this one sewn together. See, things like that happen, guys. Okay, so the beginning of this row should be a 4 background. So what I'm going to do, it should be 4 background, 3, 2. Somehow I must have got these backwards when I was lining them up, and I don't know how I didn't catch that when I was putting the 2 together. So, real life, guys, real life. I'm breaking out the seam ripper. And, you know, we just do what we got to do to get these rows put together. So, now all I have to do as soon as I get this fixed is put the 2 pieces together. So, we've got a 4 and a background right here that I am sewing together. I'm putting that 4 in the background on the front of that row. And that's going to let me know we got a 4 background. And then, what is this last one? This is the, that's the 2. We're working on row 9. And then this is a 3 background, 2 background. This is 3 background and a 4. Somehow I just got those mixed up. That's all that happened. But we just fixed it. All it took was a little seam rip and a little sew, and we are back on track. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is take these off the machine, I am going to cut these apart and lay them in 2-row pieces, because now all I have to do is attach the 2 rows or 2 pieces of the row to make a single row. And we will have 9 rows, guys. I mean, we'll be 9 rows in, but we will have completed 5 rows today. I am not pressing. Well, I'm going to press before I put them together. I will have to do that before I assemble the quilt top part. But right now, to assemble the rows, I am just laying all of this over here. Oop, I had a piece come out. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to my drawing board, or my pattern, guys, my AKA pattern. And I'm going to find the piece that starts row 5 is 1 background, 5 background, 4 background, 3 background. Okay, so my next piece should be a 4. This is my 4 right here. This butterfly. So we are going to get that together. And being that the colors, some of these colors are so close together, it is very easy to get confused. I think it would be really great to do a dark, a medium, and a light. And then a background color. And then 2 maybe solid, maybe marbled, maybe grunge colors. That a medium and a light grunge color. I think those would look really gorgeous. And the colors that I have picked for the Sew Along with Tammy, I think would do really well too. So row 6 is going to start out with a background, a 5, a background, a 4, a background, a 3. Let me get to my line. 5, 4, 3, 3. And then my next piece is going to be a background 4, background 5. Let's see, this is row 6 and a background. It's very easy to get mixed up on these because everything looks the same. You just on a different row. It's just you're starting with a different one. Okay, so that's row 5 and 6. So now we're on row 7, and it starts with a 5, 4, 3, 2. So this one starts with a 3, a 3, a 4, and a 5. Yep. We have to make sure we got the right ones. And like I said, I talk to myself a lot of times just to keep things in order, because when I don't, they may turn up all messy. And the goal today was to get 5 rows done, and I think I'm going to be able to do that. We're just a little over an hour here. So this one is a background 4, 3, 2, 2, and then we have a 3, 4 in background. Yep, this is row 8. Got to make sure everything's lined up good here. And row 9, remember that's the one we had the little debacle on, starts with a 4, a 3, a 2, a 1, a 2. We got that background after that 2. And after that 2, we got a 3, a background, and a 4. Okay, friends, we now have all 5 rows done. Let me get them apart, and I'll open a couple of them up for you. But this is our October Saturday sew along. We are completing the Creative Notions subscription box pattern that, or project, that was in that August 2025 box. It is a Carol Thielen pattern. There is a link for the pattern on her website. I believe it's her website. But there is a link for the free pattern. You can sew along with me if you'd like. It's down in the description. The other sew alongs that I have going on as well are also down in the description. Sunday, tomorrow, I will be working on the spooky box again. The sitting pumpkins, the cute little pumpkins with the little black cat sitting there watching it. I will be doing that also tomorrow. 9 a.m. is when that video will release. I do hope that you would like to come, sit, and sew with me. If not, that's okay. You can sew anything you want to. You don't have to be in a sew along. And guys, remember, my Facebook group is down in the description. I am not very active in there by posting, but I love to see what you guys have going on, what you're doing. Feel free to put a photo of it up in the Facebook group. I love seeing things that y'all are doing. So let me show you the row 9. This is our row 9. See those beautiful greens and blues. Those are beautiful, beautiful. So yeah, that's it, friends. So thank you once again for sitting and sewing with me. Please give me a thumbs up. If you have not yet subscribed, please do. Feel free to leave a comment and tell me what you think. I do try to respond to each and every comment personally. And as always, until I see you again, I hope you have a very blessed day. Bye, friends.